Hi there, everybody. Welcome back to the Lost Media Archive. It's great to see you all here again. How's it going? Today, I'm going to be talking about the 1990 Tokyo Toy Show Sonic the Hedgehog prototype. So let's begin. Sonic the Hedgehog, the 1991 platformer game released for the Sega Genesis, also known as the Mega Drive outside of North America, and was originally released in the phase alternating regions on June 21st, 1991. That was later released in North America on June 23rd, 1991. The first time Sonic the Hedgehog was shown to the general public was in 1990 at the 1990 Tokyo Toy Show. It took place in Tokyo, Japan, and lasted from June 7th to June 10th. From June 7th to June 8th, it was exclusively for professional people only in the industry. Then, from June 9th to June 10th, it was for the general public who were allowed to be there. And at that event, it showed off a prototype version of Sonic the Hedgehog. This prototype version has many differences from the version featured in the 1991 Sega Genesis game. First of all, the background is much different, and the level that is shown in it, which is Green Hill Zone, the first act and first level of Sonic the Hedgehog, it also has a very different layout. Alongside that, it features an enemy that was not featured in the official release of Sonic the Hedgehog and was scrapped during early phases of production. And through this, and it was now the prototype was completely playable, and and at the very end of the demo, it featured a message speaking about how it will be coming soon. But the game does, of course, feature, like I said, many differences, with the background being very different, having different details, and even the layout being different. Now, there were photographed four high quality screenshots of this game were featured in the August 1990 issue of the Japanese video game magazine Mega Drive Fan. Now, the Sonic the Hedgehog prototype featured at the Tokyo Toy Show was initially meant to appear in the 2002 video game compilation known as Sonic Mega Drive, which was released in North America for the Nintendo GameCube originally on November 12th, 2002. Though it was excluded from this appearance here because the game's ROM was completely lost, as the company that produced Sonic the Hedgehog, Sega, no longer had a copy of the original 1990 prototype ROM. Henceforth, it will most likely never be found due to the fact that even the people who have it do not have it anymore, and they would have been most likely the only ones who've ever been in possession of it. And unlike for Sonic the Hedgehog 2, where there was lots of hype around it, there would have been very little to no hype around release of Sonic the Hedgehog 1, so no one had any reason to steal it, like for one of the versions of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which was stolen, and which is why we have access nowadays. No one would have stolen a prototype for Sonic the Hedgehog 1, because it was just a brand new game franchise. But hopefully, but that's all I have to say. All I have to say, really. Um, yeah, it's very clear differences, different enemies and stuff. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. Update on the you mentioned yesterday. These things, I found a few. There are a couple of them actually in the box. Not just a single one. There's a couple other cassette tapes in the box. I'm going through all the cassette tapes that's in the box, and there's some drawings and stuff. I think some. I don't know who made the drawings. I don't know who could have made them. They're definitely not me. I wasn't born then. But yeah, these seem to be. I did some research, and they seem to be from a company that back in the 1980s and stuff. But the company seems to be long defunct. It's no longer around anymore. I think they shut down sometime in the early 1990s. But yeah, so I'm gonna be uploading those tapes soon. And they're kind of kind of cool a little bit. Anyways, that's all I gotta say, folks. Bye. Have a nice time.